is Tallulah and this is my vlog, and yes, I'm wearing silk. As we continue, on va continuer. Bien, ah bah, loulou. Welcome to Sparkle September. I know we're a day off September, but why not jump the gun? The early bird catches the worm. I went a bit off on bird, but I think you... Anyway, right, so listen, today's question is, how can I avoid slipping into SAD syndrome, seasonal affective disorder? Now, obviously, I live in Los Angeles, so I do not suffer because it's sunshine 24/7. I'm not saying this to rub salt in the wounds. I'm only saying this to say, that I'm looking at a palm tree right now and it's almost September. Anyway, but listen, I am from Scotland and I understand what goes... I mean, even my sister-in-law, Joey, hangs around with a heat lamp. Not a heat lamp, a light that comes on to reminisce of the sun because she's from Australia. So, you know, within my own family, darling, very sensitive. My mum, you know, anyway, this is not about my family tree, proving how exotic stock I come from, although I appreciate that. This is simply dealing with a real world problem, one of which I am very much aware. So I have decided to counteract the autumnal blues by declaring September Sparkle September. Because, now this is a well-known research fact, psychiatrists and even probably biologists would affirm this, that if you wear decent sparkling clothes, you feel better. I mean, I said something a couple of years ago about neon socks, the reminiscent, you know, having a bit of neon in your day, you have to absorb that brightness and you feel a brighter spring in your step. And so, Sparkle September, put as much sparkle on as you can muster and you will be prepared for the grimmer days. Because let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen, preparation is key. Prepare, fail to prepare, and prepare to fail. Oh yes, I knew there was a double entendre type thing. Well, there you go. So prepare before it gets dark and dingy by getting some sparkle. This ring, for example, is more than half my finger. And when I look down there, it lifts me, ladies and gentlemen, because you can't help it, because these things are crystals and they reflect the light and it beams back up. It's almost like being your own, you know, crystal prism. There's like jets of sparkle coming off you, especially if you spend a long time looking in the mirror. I mean, obviously I don't, but some people do spend a long time gazing at the glass. If you're that way inclined, and I'm not judging you at all, I'm just simply saying if you do that and you are covered from head to toe in sparkle, it will beam back at you and come, you know, you'll go into the bathroom feeling a bit, level 3 or something of happiness, and you come out flying like some sort of like, you know, Sherazade on a magic carpet of happiness. I mean, obviously that's not a serious fact, it's only a presumption. So I am covered with sparkle and this is sparkle, I mean, I was going to say sparkle cream, but it isn't, it's sparkle spray. You spray that, I don't know whether you can see it, but I just did a little puff. And then you can actually wear the sparkle. I mean, if you're particularly feeling a bit grim, you might want to think about that. And also an apple, sparkling with apple. You could pose in front of your mirror or even just pretend to, obviously don't take a bite. Obviously I don't need to tell you that. But now listen, I have a good friend called Tarina and she is queen of sparkle. Where she works is even called the Sparkle Factory, so she's taken it to even naming a building. So I don't know whether she's the happiest person in the world, but you know, I don't have a litmus test for that, but I presume every time I've seen her, she's very happy because she's sparkling. And at the end of the day, what's life if you're... At the end of the day, do you want your life book to say, bit grim? Oh, well, bit dull of a story. No, darling. One wants a book that is sparkling. You write your own book, darling. Do you want to be sparkling from here to there, or do you want a bit of a zapped book? I mean, far be it for me to write your own book, but maybe have a little think whether you want a sparkling book or a dim book. And so this whole month of September, I am going to be sparkling to try and induce ideas of happiness. Now, if you don't have sparkles, then I suggest you get them. And obviously you can get them wherever you want to get them, but you could, if in a pinch, aluminium foil. Take aluminum foil and cover yourself in it. I mean, obviously you don't probably want to leave the house like that, but you would get beams of happiness and I'm sure you'd feel a lot better than you did sans aluminum foil. America makes me say aluminum, but I am aluminium. So anyway, the sandwich, what to do to eat to feel better, to even eat your sparkle, because I don't suggest eating this ring, but what I do suggest is spray gold. You can get that edible gold. And I think make a sandwich with whatever your favorite foods are and then spray it with gold and eat it. Obviously go to a cook shop. Do not just take spray paint from a graffiti man's hand and go wild. Go with edible gold from a cook shop and then you're literally happy as Larry for the rest of your life. Bon appétit.